whim and have faith in technology that we're live. So, welcome. I'm Jessica, Jessie, whatever form of the name Jessica you prefer, I'll answer to. John only calls me Jessica when I'm in trouble or he's mad with me about something. We are going to do humble nut butter, truffle herb walnut,
and
2 ways.
Fantastic. That's the plan. Why don't we give folks a little bit of time to sign in?
I mean, I needed an extra 15 minutes last week. So
yeah, don't need that much time today.
I made myself a cocktail, because why not? Fun fact, my grandpa Herb had a cocktail every night. Even traveled with a little funny cocktail case in his trunk and would make cocktails in the hotel room. And Herb lived to be 95, so if it worked for Herb,
he lived a full life.
He did. He was a man of routine. Like his cocktail, he also journaled all the time, so we have stacks and boxes of journals. He ate 1 bowl of Special K every morning. He played the lottery once a week. 1 ticket was always the same numbers. The second ticket, he had a little machine with the balls, and he'd let my sister and I roll it, and they'd come out, and so it was random. Those were the other numbers he played. Funny.
He is a man.
He was a man of.
He lived in Catalina Island.
Yeah.
Actually lived there.
Longest.
Fun fact.
Herb Wegman, if you're ever in the Avalon Museum, located where the casino and one and only theater are. Look it up. Herbert Wegman.
Legend.
My grandpa.
All right, should we get started?
Yeah.
With the truffle herb walnut 2 ways?
Truffle herb walnut 2 ways. We might attempt 2.5, depending on the time frame and how it goes. For anybody who tuned in last week, we have the children fully medicated on Benadryl locked in the attic. Not really, so they made...
That's a joke.
It is a joke.
Calm down, that's a joke.
We love our children. But they were a little rambunctious and curious last week. Little distracting for us all. So hopefully they'll be on better behavior. So we're going to make 2 of our favorite ways to enjoy truffle herb walnut. Burger, we are using ground turkey. You could use a meat alternative. You could use ground beef. Whatever form of burger you enjoy works well. And we're also going to make a side. I love asparagus. You can find lovely asparagus in the store around this time of year, so we're just going to do a really simple asparagus side. And if we have time, I was perusing Pinterest recently and I saw a fun asparagus kind of, I guess it would be an appetizer or maybe a side, but maybe we'll try it. That's
all right, if there's time.
And if there's not time, I'll try it and then post it on the website.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so for anybody that's tuned in, thank you for joining us. We got a lot of DMs and some text messages from folks. People from all over the country, I think, are going to tune in. We'll see what the crowd looks like, but I know we have New York represented. We got Texas, Dallas, and Austin. We've got Kansas City. We've got Chicago. And you probably saw the giveaway on Instagram. Very straightforward. Follow us, Humble Nut Butter, and follow Get Crafted.
Pause you right there.
Yes.
So in the interest of time, I'm going to, while John is talking, demonstrate.
Nice work.
The proper way, or I mean, I'm sure there's more than one way to skin a cat, but the way I prefer to reincorporate my nut butter. So you will see this is a brand new jar. Just took the plastic wrap off, and you know, sometimes people are a little concerned or off-put regarding the oil separation.
We like to say that real food should be a little bit wild.
Well, John likes to say
I like to say it. I've gotten good feedback on that. But comment. Let me know what you think about that slogan. We don't use palm oil, and we don't use stabilizers. So this is just natural oil separation. We use organic herbs and spices. We use well-sourced walnuts from California, from a third-generation family farm. So there's no funny business going in. It means, though, that you'll need to spend a little bit of time incorporating the oil into the rest of the jar.
Yes.
Just like
and
to use a
you
butter knife.
never want to pour off the oil because we put herbs and spices into our nut butters. So if you pour off the oil, you're going to be pouring off a lot of flavor. And the other thing to remember is that all the oil you see is naturally occurring in the nuts. Walnuts have a higher oil content, which is not a bad thing. It lends to some of their health benefits, which John has read up on and will dazzle us all with the health benefits of the walnuts.
Break out your notebooks.
So the method I like to prescribe to is the stab and swirl. So I stab it because you want to get all the way down to the bottom.
Sounds kind of painful.
Well, it takes a little finesse because you don't want to slosh it around and get oil all over, and you don't want to incorporate just the top because that's how you end up with like the chunky dry bits in the bottom of your nut butter jar. So stab and swirl. And also this jar had some heavier oil separation, so I flipped it upside down for, I don't know, maybe 45 minutes, and that helps it kind of loosen up a bit.
So,
go on, dazzle us, John.
Okay, so while Jess is stirring the nut butter, make sure that you're following us and Get Crafted on Instagram. And if you comment on the live stream on the chat here, you will be eligible to win a 3-pack, one flavor of each of our savory nut butters. And we'd love to hear from you. Any comments, questions, feedback you have. I'll respond to all these while Jessie is cooking up a masterpiece. I think you're in for a treat tonight. This is one of my favorite recipes.
I think the best part about it is it's also dinner.
It's dinner.
So you're welcome.
Clutch.
Thank you, Crafted. Thank you.
It's Cook with Crafted. Not Get Crafted. Cook with Crafted. Thank you, Sarah.
Sarah, our
Sarah
sage,
and Todd.
Our sage of knowledge and wisdom. Sarah, I know I did not put the beautiful screen, I don't know what you would call it, banner or frame up that she created for us. I will try and get it up for Friday, which is a nice plug for I'll also be on live streaming Friday at the same time. Featuring turmeric maple pecan.
Yes. So that'll be our final stream. We started out with sun-dried basil cashew, kind of a trial run. Had a few hiccups, a few guest appearances from ornery children and a rescue dog, but we got through it.
Javi was actually the best. He had the best behavior of pretty much everybody. John got a little flustered with technology. It's okay. We're working it out.
Are you throwing me under the bus?
I'm not throwing you under the bus. And it wasn't just the technology. It was probably mainly Eli's fascination with doing the Darth Vader voice into the fan. So it was very hot and steamy that day, and the kitchen was hot, and Eli was just...
He was feeling it.
He was feeling it.
So Maggie's with us. Maggie is live from Chicago. All right, that's looking good.
It is. It is. It takes a little bit of patience. Like anything that's worth anything in this world, patience. Herbert's wife, my lovely Grandma Mildred, used to tell me, Jessica, patience is a virtue.
What an original quote. I'm being sarcastic.
Yeah.
Everyone on this planet has heard that quote.
They were born in like the early 1900s.
Okay, all right. I'll let it slide.
Give Mildred and Herb a break. All right. We have some lovely Truffle Herb Walnut. Now, one more comment to make on the walnut before I get started with the actual cooking is some people have observed, which is a good observation, that our nut butters have different textures all three of them have slightly different textures. And my reaction to that is yes, because they're all different nuts. So the cashew has a much more traditional, thick, sticky, put it on a spoon, turn it over, won't drip off. The walnut and the pecan have a much smoother, thinner texture, which is different from maybe a nut butter that you're used to, almond butter or conventional peanut butter. I like it because I think it lends itself to drizzling nicely, and I don't know. It's just the way it is. So I never really thought about trying to thicken it, but if you have questions about the texture of the nut butters, that is why. Okay.
We're doing turkey burgers. Now, normally we'd be outside, but that might be a little tough with technology, so we're going to grill inside. Yeah. Jess is going to do it. Jess is a tremendous cook, better than she probably gives herself credit for. She's thank you, Jan, in Traverse City, Michigan. Jess is also the creator of all of these flavors, our 3 flavors. And the Truffle Herb Walnut was the second that we created. First flavor was the sun-dried basil cashew. Truffle Herb Walnut was the second. I like to call it our most interesting flavor. I don't know if Jess likes that, but I think it's honest.
He used to say unique.
I said that for maybe 24 hours.
I think it could be I don't know.
I no longer say unique. It is interesting. There's a lot of umami. You get the earthy tone and the tannins from the walnut. We've got some rosemary in there, thyme, truffle salt, smoked paprika, shiitake mushrooms.
Paprika or paprika?
I say paprika.
Do you?
Yeah, what do you say?
Paprika.
Folks out there,
I mean, can you
paprika, get at us.
Paprika. It's definitely pap.
All right, Sarah is joining us. This could be Sarah from New York. It could be Sarah from Austin. But Maggie has a pro tip for everybody. She likes to store the nut butters upside down in her pantry. Good call, Maggie.
It is a good call.
Savvy move.
I mean,
not your first rodeo.
Nothing less.
I wouldn't either.
Okay, so I have my ground turkey, some gluten-free breadcrumbs, an egg, salt and pepper. Pretty simple. I find that egg really important, especially for if you're doing turkey burger or maybe bison, any sort of super lean meat, because it'll kind of help it stick together and hold a little bit.
I'm going to adjust the angle a tad just so they can see what you're working with.
And what one pro tip my mother taught me whilst making burgers is you don't want to over knead, because then you get very tough burger.
Yeah.
So don't over knead.
Don't want a tough burger.
Be gentle. Be gentle to your meats, whatever kind of meats they are.
We do a lot of turkey burgers.
We do a lot of turkey burgers.
We'll do some bison every now and then. I feel like we do turkey more than beef.
Yeah. I just feel like, I don't know. Meat.
Agreed.
Although I like my old meat. Sorry. To any of our vegan and vegetarian, I fully embrace your choice and hope you enjoy your nut butters.
That's right.
So I just divided it, kind of getting it to little kind of roundish balls, which reminds me of...
A little bit bigger than a baseball.
Yeah. Reminds me of the SNL skit Sweaty Balls. Have you ever seen it? Sweaty Balls. Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You could take, there's a lot of ways that you could take that. And then there's the nut butter tie-in too. So
I know.
It just, lots of innuendos. We did not set out intentionally to be a...
Sweaty balls and nut butter.
Here we are.
What more could you ask for? All right. I've got my meat divided. Okay, and a back. All right.
The failed foodie responded with paprika, paprika, or pa. Let us know.
I don't have a super old
Thanks, Maggie. You're biased though. Maggie says this is the best cooking segment she's ever watched. I think she appreciated the humor.
Thanks, Maggie. All right. Again, I have my handy dandy misto. This is not a paid partnership. I just think it's a fun little thing. Got it at Target. I'm sure you can get it multiple places. It aerosolizes, if that's a word, your olive oil.
It's definitely not a word.
I think it should be a word. You know, the people who do the dictionary like come out with a new word like once a year.
Yeah, right.
Maybe aerosolizes will be one.
Should write him an email.
I might.
Okay, so she's got the pan going. You got medium to high heat.
Yeah, I've got it kind of high now. I'll put it like medium high-ish. I also apologize for not being oh, I forgot. I usually do Worcestershire. Damn it. Forgot it.
You know what?
Worcestershire. Just pretend. Pretend I put the Worcestershire in.
The umami of the nut butter.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
For that.
But usually I put Worcestershire in. So egg, Worcestershire, salt, pepper, little breadcrumb.
Gluten-free breadcrumb.
I don't do. I'm just kind of what my mother would say. By guess and by golly, as I cook.
I've never heard that actually. By guess and by golly?
By guess and by golly, Jessica.
That is a traditional slogan.
It's a great Jan term. I don't know, I just by guess and by golly. So
in the Truffle Herb Walnut, walnuts, great source of healthy fats. There's heart health benefits to walnuts.
And there's brain health too.
There's brain health in the walnut. There's also brain health in rosemary. Rosemary is known to both improve cognitive function, so it's good for memory, but it's also an anti-inflammatory as well. Mm-hmm. We are careful not to make too many health claims. Something you should know about Jess and I is that we really value authenticity, and we try to keep it real at all times. And there's a lot of disingenuous marketing in the food industry, in most industries, but especially in the food industry. So we're not going to make the claim that this nut butter is going to turn you into a pillar of health, but you can trust that we've sourced the best quality ingredients that we can find. Again, all our herbs and spices are certified organic. Most of our nuts are certified organic. The walnuts are not, but they are sourced from a third-generation family farm in California, and they're a great company.
We're working towards getting organic nuts. I'm
That's
going to interrupt you real quick
Go for
with some sage cooking advice. So, also a trick Mom taught me, when making a patty, squeeze and use your thumb to press in as you go around, and then you won't get like the breakage around the edges. And when your patty is at its desired thickness, make kind of a dent in the middle, because if you've ever had a burger and all of a sudden when it cooks it puffs up and kind of looks like more of a meatball than a patty, do a little indent. It's a nice trick.
All right, the failed foodie said it is paprika.
Paprika, okay.
Did you say paprika?
I said, yeah. You say paprika. Paprika is, and you also
I say
like
smoked paprika.
You
say smoked paprika. Jess wins the argument.
Oh, okay.
Per usual. Let's see if she rubs it in.
It's also, you have a strong emphasis on the rica.
Rica's so fun to say.
It is fun.
So,
the children are being very quiet. It makes me kind of nervous, like they might be.
I know. I hear footsteps.
I do.
I'll check on them.
It's okay. It's okay. You know, they're not going to kill themselves. They may, I don't know. What kind of mischief do they do? Well, Eli did pee and made Barbie toilet again.
Yeah, maybe we save that story for another time. Shiitake mushrooms also have a lot of health benefits. They help lower cholesterol. They're good for your heart health as well. They're also high in vitamin D. So it's fun when you
What about shiitake? Have you talked about shiitake yet?
I just talked about shiitake.
Okay, I was listening.
Maybe you can come say hi.
What is it?
All right, so Jess has got the burgers going, medium heat. How many minutes on each side, Jess? I'm going to say 5 minutes on each side. We'll have Jess confirm. Then she'll do a flip. Again, weather is warming up. Even in Minneapolis, it does get warm, believe it or not. It's definitely grilling season, which we'd like to take advantage of. We'd like to grill asparagus, which we'll talk next about. It is asparagus season, which is quite delicious. We have a video on our website that has the truffle herb walnut drizzled over asparagus. So that's a fun little recipe. We also top it with some crushed nuts and feta cheese. You can incorporate that however you'd like. And we'll do a live video of the walnut and the asparagus tonight.
Riveting.
How many minutes on each side, Jess?
I don't know.
I said about 5.
Maybe not even that much.
Okay.
I guess depends on your heat
Depends on the
level. You know.
We trust you guys know how to grill burgers.
Yeah.
Okay.
There may be trouble with the natives may be restless. That's all I'm going to say. Alrighty.
That's right. We have a giveaway going. Thank you for everyone that has joined. If you want a chance at winning the giveaway, it's a 3-jar giveaway. You got to follow Humble Nut Butter, and you got to follow our friends Cook with Crafted, and then leave a comment, and you're already eligible. It's that easy.
Okay. Well, those are kind of cooking through. I'm going to get my asparagus ready. This is another fun, polling question for people to answer is, are you a snapper or a trimmer when it comes to your asparagus? My mother always trimmed, but then I learned the snap, which I actually prefer. Because when you trim, you might trim to all the same length, but when you snap, I feel like you get the fibery, tough part out.
Okay.
So I don't care so much if my asparagus are different lengths. I just want to get that fibery part out.
Amy has joined us. Marianne has joined us as well. Hi, Amy. Hi, Marianne. Or Marianne. Forgive me.
Isn't Marianne I?
We settled the paprika debate. Marianne or Marianne, let us know.
John
how you
also had a
pronounce
lot
your
of
name.
difficulty with a former babysitter that we miss dearly, Miss Carolyn.
Yeah, Carolyn or Caroline, it always hangs me up. I don't know why.
It was
Anybody else have
L-Y-N at the end, Carolyn, as opposed to Caroline, which would be L-I-N-E.
I think the issue was that I was rarely texting with her, so I didn't see her name spelled out.
Okay, that makes sense. I accept that defense.
Thank you. All right, I think we're all trimmed up.
Okay. So again, I'm going to
compost these bad boys. The city of Minneapolis allows us to compost,
thank you, Minneapolis.
which is quite slick. You know what? It is not stinky. We get these bags. I'll show you. Get these little bags. It absorbs any odors. Put it in a little canister. Doesn't take up too much space. Take it out a few times a week, and Mother Nature gives us props.
Yeah, it's kind of like cheap composting.
Yeah, it's not like the real deal, but hey,
I know.
you know, we live in the city. We're busy.
I know, like the drum and the thing and churning the soil, and Minneapolis does all the hard. This is the hard part for us. Okay, so I have a grill pan.
Here's the compost bin.
This would also work on a sheet, on a broiler, if you prefer that method, or if you're grilling outside on a grill, which we thought about doing, but, you know, bandwidth issues might be an issue, so you're back in our tiny kitchen. So, we got the grill going, grill pan.
What's everybody doing for Memorial Day weekend?
I know, I can't believe it's Memorial Day. I bet the Hills are doing something fabulous. Are they going to New York? I always see great Instagram pictures of New York life.
I'll check that. I'll see.
Hello, Eli.
Eli, you want to say
Eli
hi?
in the house.
Say hi, bud. Javi the dog is quite patient with Eli, which is a good thing.
Less patient with our food.
Speaking of people having a hard time pronouncing names, we named our dog Javi, short for Javier, after the Cubs shortstop, Javi Baez. But folks up here might have a hard time pronouncing the word Javi, or understanding what we're saying. So we got to give them the first name, the proper name, Javier.
Javier. And that's somewhat like with Jess versus Jessica. I tend to call him Javier when he's being naughty.
Yeah.
So it works out.
All right, we got some good smells going.
We do have some good stuff. So my burgers were browning nicely, but I felt like they were still kind of pink in the middle, so I pulled it down to low and popped the top on, just to help them kind of cook through a bit. Eli, how was school today? How was soccer shot? Oh. What's going on?
Maggie's going to stay in Chicago for Memorial Day. She's going to do some barbecuing, but then they're going to move to Watercolor, Florida in June. Humble brag from Maggie. Just living a fabulous life, doing it for the gram. No, have a blast, Maggie. Bring that SPF 250 with you. Get that Midwestern skin a little bronzed.
I'm going to open a window because I tend to, the fire alarm tends to go off frequently when I'm cooking.
Yeah, good call.
So if you hear a fire alarm, please don't be concerned. We haven't burned the house down. This is very sensitive. And so things get a little smoky.
I have the deck door too.
Yeah, why don't you do that?
Failed Foodie, thanks for your question. I like my burgers medium. I'd err on the side of medium, more so rare than medium well, but right in the middle, I'm good with that.
My father was definitely a well done kind of guy. So going medium on anything was a new experience for me.
Yeah, Tom was a medium
well done. Well done on everything, including chicken.
Oh.
Yeah.
Sounds dry.
Yeah. Not good.
I equate cooking meat to roasting coffee. I used to like really dark roasted coffee, and then I got spoiled by some really high-end coffee, Intelligentsia to be exact, and they skew a little bit more lighter roast. So I kind of make the comparison. If you have a really good quality coffee bean or a really good cut of meat, you don't want to overcook it. By keeping it medium or a little bit light, it kind of brings out the natural flavors of the coffee or of the meat. But now I've kind of oriented back towards medium roasted coffee. The light stuff every now and then is great, but sometimes it kind of jacks my stomach up.
I love the light. I can only have like one cup or I get all
A little jittery.
So I have some buns here.
We try to go gluten-free.
We usually go bunless, if truth be told. John likes to watch his carb intake. But when we do eat carbs, we usually eat gluten-free. So I have some gluten-free buns. I'm going to pull my burgers off, let them rest a bit.
What's everybody else doing for Memorial Day? You traveling? Sticking around?
Last weekend kind of felt like Memorial Day when it was so summery here in Minneapolis. We had our first, we've lived here for 6 years, but it was our first excursion out on the big lake.
Lake Minnetonka.
It was lovely.
It was lovely.
Shout out to the Schmitz. So I'm going to butter and toast my buns because if you're going to have a bun, you got to butter and toast it, in my opinion. In my opinion.
Asparagus is also really easy to overcook. We like it not mushy. We like it a little crispy.
But I like the kind of like charry bits on it, so I tend to cook at a fairly high heat. So you get the little charred bits without overcooking it. If you go too low heat, I feel like it just gets floppy and soggy. Nobody likes floppy and soggy asparagus. Maybe some people, I don't.
Sarah's hanging out in New York for Memorial Day. How is New York these days, Sarah? Has it opened up? Does it feel like the quintessential
That sounded very
Mecca?
loud. Was that a door?
That was the front door opening and shutting.
Just as long as it...
Failed foodie, hey. Nothing wrong with being plain. I get it. Likes medium as well. Buttered buns are the best. Yeah, New York's getting crowded, I hear you. Traffic's even picking up in Minneapolis. I was actually in Chicago like 2 weeks ago for a friend's going away party. Ironically, we were hanging out at Maggie's house, who's on this call, and she was out of town, sadly enough. But I also got some work done, and I was driving all over town, and traffic felt like the Chicago I used to know and love. But traffic will get to it.
Okay.
All right. So nice work on the asparagus, Jess. She's got these kind of crispy bits that she likes so much. It's still steamy. Smells great.
Can you do me a favor and just have a half eye on the buns?
Yeah.
I love a toasted bun. Nobody likes a burned bun. Okay. So I have my lovely Truffle Herb Walnut. I'm just going to kind of drizzle it onto my asparagus. And this makes just a nice side dish. It's super easy, doesn't take a lot of effort. But it's a way to kind of like, you know, if you eat a lot of asparagus and you're kind of like, oh, it's the same thing all the time. It's kind of just a way to kind of, I don't know, make it a little different. That's like my biggest kind of hurdle, I would say, with cooking is I get in cooking ruts where I feel like I make the same thing over and over and over. But there's also kind of like a comfort and an ease to not like try things that are like drastically different. So I like to find ways to just kind of like tweak recipes and make them feel a little different without having to like try an entirely new thing.
No, Javi wants some asparagus. Phil Foodie likes his steaks, or their steaks, medium. Amy likes medium rare. I respect it.
Yeah. You gotta have some good quality beef for anything that includes the word rare. At least, you know, when you grew up with my father. I just like grew up with this thing that was like, if it was pink, it was raw and I was gonna die. But it's not true. Okay, so I think John mentioned this before. I like to sprinkle a little bit of cheese on top just to kind of schnazz it up. Honestly, any cheese works. I think Parmesan works really well. Feta works great. I have goat cheese here just because I'm a goat cheese fan and I'm going to eat it, so that's what I'm using. So just a little sprinkle. And then I finish it off with some salt, little pepper.
Braden joined us. Thanks for joining, Braden.
Hi, Braden. You're here just in time for the good part, which is...
Yeah, they want to see the jar.
Oh, okay,
So,
you show them the
good
jar.
call, guys. Here's the jar. Truffle herb walnut. We got ground shiitake mushrooms, rosemary, thyme, some truffle, smoked paprika, I should say. We use all certified organic herbs and spices. We get our walnuts from a third-generation family farm in California. We spent close to a year crafting our recipes for our 3 flavors. We sent a lot of product across the country and got feedback from friends and family before we launched our business at the farmers markets in June of 2018. So it's coming up in 3 years. Isn't that wild?
Wacky, wild stuff.
We built this thing brick by brick.
Okay.
All right, talk to us,
I'm going to
Jess.
go full nut butter. You can go patty or bun. I go patty just because then I like to put arugula and again a little more goat cheese, parmesan, feta,
And then maybe
whatever.
Closer so folks
Okay,
can see.
I will. Whatever.
Arugula.
Be
is
generous.
definitely-
Be generous. We've got a nice thick layer there.
We've tried spinach, but arugula seems to be the best compliment.
Yeah, it has like a little bit of spiciness, like,
I'll take one of those.
yeah. I mean,
There's
it
also a
has some
texture.
bite.
Yeah, it's a good
to it.
texture.
I mean, spinach works too. I eat a lot of the walnut on, like, egg sandwiches, and most of the time we
Lightly
don't have
toast,
arugula
gluten-free
in them.
bun, turkey burger, some arugula, truffle herb walnut.
Most of the time we don't have arugula in the fridge. But
But
I
for you
bought it
guys.
especially for you guys.
Way to step our game up.
So I feel like that's the best. I do spinach a lot though, and it's fine. It just doesn't. It has a way more neutral flavor than arugula. It's kind of spicy, and I like it.
Yeah, and this is the same nut butter that we're putting on the burger. This is the jar. The peanut butter burger has been done before, right? We started this whole crazy endeavor because we're sick of all the sweet and sugary foods out there. And as it relates to nut butter, it's all either sweet or plain. Here's Eli, by the way.
And just, you know, Eli has previously wanted to be a cougar for Halloween. He has changed his mind to gecko with a green bracelet.
Got it, everybody? Never too early to plan for Halloween.
That one.
All right.
I love it.
It's going to look
Okay.
great.
Didn't you buy me these tongs for like Mother's Day or
I
something?
think I did.
Lovely gift.
So we've got the grilled asparagus.
I mean, this is kind of a in-your-face truffle herb walnut. I love it, obviously, so I'm good with it. But you know, you might not want to serve them together.
And
On
here's
the
the
same
thing.
plate,
So we've realized that truffle is quite polarizing. Some people love it, some people hate it. Again, we spent almost a year on the recipes, so we think it's pretty balanced. The truffle is not overpowering. And we've sampled our product. I mean, pre-COVID, probably thousands of people. And so if someone's generally apprehensive about truffle, we just say try it just a little bit, like less than a teaspoon, and see what you think. And usually the feedback is quite positive. So there's a lot of flavor in this particular jar. In the truffle herb walnut, with the shiitake mushrooms, the rosemary, the thyme, truffle, smoked paprika.
He's getting it.
What else? Is there any other ingredient I missed? Rosemary,
Well, I
thyme,
can't give
truffle.
away the
Yeah.
recipe, John. Gotta have a little bit of mystery.
Well, they can also
Keep 'em guessing.
They can also look at the back of the jar.
They could.
Okay. All right.
All right. I cut the burger in half because I'm kind of hungry.
Go for it.
So let's go for it. Or you can go asparagus and I can go burger. Cheers me, John.
Sarah's a die-hard truffle fan. So is Braden. Truffle fries. I love truffle fries. Maeve, what
I
about
mean,
you?
you could dip your truffle fries in the nut
Yeah.
butter. Or mix the nut butter with some mayo. Have a little, what do
Maeve,
you call
want to try a
that?
bite? All right.
All right. Maeve's going to go burger. Cheers, Maeve.
Nice. Maeve has lost 7 teeth now. Is it kind of hard to eat a burger with that many teeth missing? You're making it work? Awesome. What do you think? Good stuff. Did you hear that? 4 grown-up teeth.
Mm-hmm. Those are good for the bite.
It's good. Very rude to talk with your mouth full.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, Mom. We use Canyon Bakehouse for their gluten-free breads. They seem to do a good job.
Foodies is another good option.
All right, we got the asparagus going. What else, Jess? Guys, thanks to everybody for joining. Maggie, enjoy your dinner. I know it's dinner time.
Thank you guys, please.
Braden, yes. Herbivorous Butcher, good call. I'll follow up with those guys. What is it, Eli? Bear hunt? Okay,
Dad
after
and I
dinner.
need to go on a bear hunt. So,
And
I think
by
we
hunt,
could-
it's more of a bear scout, by the way.
mhm.
We bring a journal and we write about what we're imagining seeing in the woods.
Going on the face.
Is there anything else we want to...
You know what? I won't get to the half
Let's see, come here.
that I was maybe planning to, so I'll try and get to that later this week or this weekend and post it on our website, humblenutbutter.com. Lots of recipes, lots of ideas. You can get our nut butters. Give us a review. Tell us what you think.
Yeah.
All the good stuff. Don't forget to try and participate in the giveaway because who doesn't like free stuff?
And then we'll be back on Friday.
I don't think so.
Friday at 5 o'clock
Never too much nut butter.
with the final product reveal, turmeric maple pecan. That's been called the gateway to savory nut butters. So that's your cliffhanger, folks. Have a great Wednesday.
Happy Wednesday. It's downhill from here, especially on a holiday weekend. I'm sure everybody's itching. So, happy Wednesday.
All right, guys.
Thank you for joining, and we'll
I know,
hopefully
you're
see you
hungry.
Friday.
Talk to you soon.